HireItDone.com.
Welcome back to Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. This is 97.1 The Ticket. So if you're thinking of a contractor, it's pretty simple. You want to get a roof that doesn't leak? How about a non-leaky basement? Or how about unleaky plumbing? Seems like there's a little bit of a theme there. Hire It Done is the way to go. And you know what, folks? Listen, I enjoy meeting new contractors. I enjoy pre-screening them. And I enjoy having a good relationship with contractors like Terry Burke. Terry, how long have you guys been in business?
We've been in business. We're going into our 17th year.
Awesome. Congratulations. You know, there's a statistic I like to throw out there. 96% of all contractors fail within the first 5 years.
It's a tough business. It's a hard business.
Right.
But I love it. It's a labor of love.
You know what it is? At least for me, and I'm sure you might share these sentiments, is every job you do in home improvement is different. Even though it's a roof, but a roof for Mrs. Jones is different than a roof for Mrs. Smith.
And you meet a lot of really wonderful people too, all kinds of different personalities, and you get to be a problem solver. That's one of the things I enjoy about it. I get invited into someone's home, and I get to solve problems.
That's important. You know what it is? They have this pain, and you got to take care of it. Terry Burke, NorthWest Construction. So when you come out to a house, a lot of homeowners are afraid that you're going to try and sell them something.
Yes, I get that a lot. No high-pressure sales guys, please.
Well, that's the thing. Hire It Done, you can't come into Hire It Done if you're high-pressure sales. Now, let me make it very clear to my listeners. When a contractor comes to your house, you've invited them there.
You're a guest.
Yes. However, they're there to sell you something. It's the truth. So let's keep that open-minded, folks. They're there to sell you a roof. We're using NorthWest as a thing. However, it's okay to say no, but it's also equally okay to say yes. So, Terry, when you go to a house and the homeowner, says, hey, I'm thinking about getting a new roof, the first thing you do is you inspect everything.
Yes.
How does that work?
Well, it's different with every house, as you know, and different problems. But the typical inspection is, if you're able to, you look inside the attic and check for ventilation problems, maybe lack of insulation baffles to allow air to flow. Check for exhaust ventilation of bathrooms and kitchens, heat loss points, because the attic environment affects the warranty of the roof. A lot of people don't know that. Your warranty on your roofing system is void by the manufacturer, not the contractor, with improper attic ventilation system. So that's critical. And then, of course, inspect the roofing system itself, interview the client, find out where the problems are. Why am I here? What prompted you to call Adam to send me?
You know, it's important that you say that. And a lot of homeowners don't know. So, folks, one of the things that makes HireItDone.com unique, and we partner with companies like NorthWest, is that when you go into HireItDone.com and ask for a roof, we send you a questionnaire to ask and a checklist that the roofer should be doing when you're getting quotes. Now, if you want to call a company outside of Hire It Done, go ahead. We encourage that, because 96% of all people who buy roofs who've gone to Hire It Done end up buying them from one of my contractors, as opposed to someone outside of Hire It Done. And the reason is, Terry, and you know this, is because the homeowners are better educated.
Yes.
They're better prepared, and you do follow the checklist, which is looking in the attic, checking for the points of where the roof could be, delaminating or begin destroying.
Well, there's a protocol for a real inspection, and that's the only way you can provide a real estimate.
Well, that's the truth. Well, and again, to keep things simple, homeowners want a roof that doesn't leak. How they get there is the journey.
Yes.
So we want them to come down the Hire It Done path, because then they're for sure not going to get a roof that leaks.
Yeah, and your goal is to satisfy the customer, make the customer happy, solve the problems, and then have them refer you to their friends, families, and coworkers.
Right.
Everybody wins.
And that's the best part. We want everyone to win. So there's no high pressure sales with you guys. Once you go out there and you give the homeowners, here's what I noticed about your roof, here's why you need a new roof, here's what we can do for you, and here's what it costs.
And think of us as a consultant. We're the expert, sent to you through the Hire It Done program, and we're going to find the problems and solve the problems. You've got a problem, we're the solution.
And that's important. So, folks, if you want to do it that way and not be high pressured, and here's the thing, most homeowners want to get 3 or 4 bids. you don't have a problem with that, do you, Terry?
Not at all. I think competitive bidding is awesome. It keeps the pricing comfortable for the consumer, and it drives the competition and inspires the contractors to be better.
And you know, and I would rather competition is the best way to go. However, you got to compete against people that understand markup, understand marketing, understand commissions, understand the cost of doing business. Because if you get a lowball guy who says, "All right, I just got to get this roof sold because I got to pay payroll Friday," and he asks for 50% down, that's not a guy that we want to compete against.
No, and it could save you a lot of trouble. Our pricing, we're typically in the middle. You know, we're never the low guy. It's physically impossible to do good work. But we're not the high guys. You know, we're a smaller family business, and we try to be very competitive. It's an interest. I had a guy call my office the other day wanting to sell me a bunch of tools and things because he's going to Florida. He's had it. He's a lowball contractor.
Right. And that's the thing. You got to be careful. You got to be careful of these guys. That's why at Higher Done, our criteria is you have to be in business X amount of years.
You want a stable contractor that can stand behind his work and be there when you need him. A certified contractor, a factory certified installer.
And you're factory certified from what
GAF is our and CertainTeed.
So there's the thing. One of the requirements for Higher Done contractors is they must be certified by one of the manufacturers. And you know what? You'd be surprised at how many contractors. Oh, I just put on any shingle. It's whatever the homeowner wants. No.
There are shingles that I will run from, and there are installers I would run from, and companies I would run from. Stick with the good guys. Keep it simple.
How many roofs did you do last year, approximately?
You know, I should know that. I honestly don't.
Over 100.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, lots.
So did you know we did not have one complaint about you last year?
You know, I'm not surprised because our program has been quality for years.
You do great work.
We stress it. We're not perfect. You know, we're human.
You're solution minded. That's the key.
Well, we're problem solvers.
Right. So,
and again, we're consultants. So when you have us out there, we're going to be the advisor. And there's, again, nothing wrong with getting multiple bids, but it's also nothing wrong with if you're comfortable with and you like the guy that you've hired, he's well referred, hire him. Get the job done. Get in the queue.
Right. It's not a problem. So if someone wants to get a roof from you, you're taking orders obviously for when the weather changes. How backed up are you?
Well, we're not horribly backed up now. We're coming off of a brutal winter, and nobody wants to tear the top of the roof off. And I don't want the guys out working in brutal cold anyway. The materials can handle low temperatures. I really worry about the workmen, the fingers.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Because
you got to do the job right.
Well, if the installers are uncomfortable and temperatures are brutal, the work will suffer. The quality will suffer.
And that's the key. So you're being smart about it. We're talking with Terry Burke from NorthWest Construction. He's out of Dearborn. The website's nwconst.com, nwconst.com. Their phone number is 313-277-7676. You can always go to higherdone.com and leave me a message. Say, I want Terry from NorthWest Construction to give me a quote. We'll take care of that. And also Terry's hiring. Did you hear that, folks? So email him your resume. Go to nwconstruction.com or nwconst.com and send the resume. Say, I heard it on the radio. You're hiring for sales. You're hiring for production. You're growing. You're planning on growing this year.
Looking for siding crew, a good crew. Looking for roofing people. And looking primarily, I really need a good, educated sales guy. Someone that has honor, integrity, and a work ethic.
Well, good luck. Is that a unicorn?
No, they're out there.
I know. I'm kidding.
The thing is, the good guys are working.
Well, that's the whole point. But if someone's looking to better themselves, but the also thing is, people don't realize the trades: plumbing, electrical, roofing, siding, windows, kitchens, baths, masonry. They're all hiring,
and you can do well. I mean,
you can make good money.
I think that's been an overlooked career path for decades.
Yeah. No, I get it. So that's important. So Terry, what's the plan for 2018? You got roofing, you got siding, you got windows. You do
we got a lot going on.
Porches, masonry.
I love porches. Porches are my hobby. Outdoor living space. Again, our motto is it's all about the house. We're a full service remodeling company. We're Anderson Window certified, James Hardie Alliance, and of course GAF and CertainTeed roofing contractors. We do this time of year, we're focusing on ventilation and attic insulation and roofing systems. And you want to think about your roof now, because when it gets busy, we're going to be busy. So get your plan, work your plan, get this work done as soon as the weather breaks. So you start getting your quotes early,
right,
and you can be on the front end of the game. And then, of course, we do kitchen and bath work. But our big focus has been primarily the exterior.
Well, that's where
remodeling.
people are migrating because they want to get a contract. You know what you're doing on that. Let me talk about front porches for a second and front elevation. You actually are really good at design.
I love front porches.
So, folks, if you have a house, with a front porch and you want to give it a good curb appeal or an update or a facelift, I would call.
Back porches too. One of my sales team, Gary, just put a beautiful outdoor living space in Canton. Just wonderful, 12-inch columns.
Do you do decks? Will you do decks?
Yes, but I prefer personally. I don't like decks. I like pavers and concrete and things that last longer. Unless you're going to spend the money on a
composite.
Yes, Trex. Trex transcend. Decks are so much labor and work.
It's a lot of work, and they're not cheap either.
No.
You can almost get concrete or stand concrete for less money today.
Yes, yep.
And
it lasts longer.
We're big in decks. In fact, this coming year, we're putting together a partnership with a big deck manufacturer.
Nice.
And we're going to be going head to head with all the deck guys in town.
And if people will buy the right components, a deck can be a wonderful thing. But so many decks are just lumber.
Well, that's the thing. But if it's not designed properly, if it's not installed properly, you're in trouble.
Yes.
So it's got to be done right. But I think the future is composite.
Yes.
And we're going to make it so that if you're going to get a deck next year, you're going to go through Higher Done because we're going to actually give you an incentive.
Yes. And outdoor living space under your deck with a drainage system under the deck with a recessed lighting and a finished ceiling. So
you can do all that.
Yes, but there's some wonderful components on the market that can turn that drippy under area of the deck into a covered patio.
I love that. I love that.
The walkout.
So if someone wants to update the outside of their house, they should call you.
Yes, and if you ask Nancy or Laura, and you can actually see me in person.
You'll come out yourself.
I will, and of course I have my sales team and Gary and the other guys that can help us. But I'm still running estimates. I'm still running jobs. I love it.
Yeah, well, that's the key. You keep your finger on the pulse. And by the way, you do great work. You're a great company.
Thank you. We're trying hard, and we're always growing and always improving. Constantly moving forward.
It's the only way to go. Fail forward.
And this year, our office motto is the year of communication.
Right.
So keep the customer informed, keep the crews informed. Good communications between production and
it's
installation.
funny. It's funny you should say that as we wrap things up. The key to successful renovation is communication.
Indeed.
Between the homeowner and the crew, between the crew and the boss, between the homeowner and the boss, all of that. Terry, I want to thank you for coming on.
My pleasure, as always.
NorthWest Construction, folks. Go to HireItDone.com. We'll give you all their information. Terry Burke, thank you for the business.
All about the house. It's all about the house.
We'll be right back, folks.